Hey everyone, Rem is out, and we're going to talk a little bit about her and her banner and whether you should summon or not. Straight up, no, you shouldn't summon because you have a full month to wait, as well as obviously the event I've yet to talk about because I have just woke up and this is like one of the first recordings I'm doing. Either way, um, there's tickets, there's the guarantee ticket. You have multiple chances of getting this character for free. There's no reason you should summon right now unless you really want her. You know, like you're a Rem simp like most of the fan base. um, but yeah, like there's no reason to really summon right away. Again, we have so much time. We have a full month. We have a bunch of free ways to get her. I'll talk about this event in a bit. Although this event is a little bit worse than it was last time around, at least at first glance. I need to really get into the nitty gritty, and plus we don't even have part 2 yet, so I don't want to say anything, you know, too damning about the event. Either way, it's just Sega being Sega. They're cutting our gems significantly. Also, for the birthday event, we got a login bonus of like 10 fragments. Utterly pathetic. Worst thing they're doing with right now in the game by far is the birthday celebrations. They just give us 10 fragments, and it's absolutely pathetic. It's so insanely bad. I can't even describe it with words. And I saw someone in the Discord. I'm not gonna take their word for like gospel or anything. I don't know how accurate it is, but they said that supposedly last birthday or last year when we got the Valentine's units, during for their birthday, we got like 1,400 gems for like a login bonus, and like this time it was just like the 10 frag. Like, it's so insanely bad. Either way, that's not the point of the video. Point of the video, Rem, we're gonna talk a little bit about her. Obviously, you can see she has a step up banner. If you are gonna summon, I recommend definitely doing that first. You're gonna get that increased chance at the very end, as well as guaranteed memory. The memory is pretty solid, although it's nothing too crazy, because I'll talk about it in a little while. You'll see why. Then we have the 50 fragments, and then the half off multi, obviously, for the first step. You know, same old, same banner structure. I wish they would change it up sometimes, but it's pretty solid structure, so I'm okay with it. And then going into the banner, obviously we're going to talk about Rem herself. As you can see, her little animation there, pretty cute. We're going to go to her stats or skills. I'm going to read them off from the Discord real quick. So we're going to switch in between. First off, her leader skill, you can probably see it at the bottom here. 55%. I believe that's one of the first times we got a 55%. I'm not too sure, but 55 over 50, you know, slightly better. It's blue debuff resistance only, but still pretty solid. Then her basic is really solid, as in it can really counter Echidna. I see it as like a soul Christmas Echidna counter, but that's about it. Like, it can be useful eventually, but it's one of those where, you know, you hit it multiple times and it stacks up. Physically attacks a single enemy with 600% power, increased by 300% with each use, so up to a total of 2,700. So definitely want to be using it over and over. If you get caught in that Echidna trap, obviously this help you bail out a little bit, get stronger and stronger over time. It's just something to use. It's not like the end all be all of counters, you know. It's not gonna do anything crazy, but it is just nice to have that continuous build up, even though you don't have cooldowns up. It's not utility, it's not really anything crazy for the team, but you know, it's still pretty solid. Then we have her passive, level 10 passive. Blue allies will always have 100% more HP. That is wild. 100% HP. It's not a double stat boost as like 50% defense, 50% HP. So it's kind of balanced because it's only 100% HP, but still pretty strong. At the beginning of battle, give resistance for 1 turn to all allies, so debuff immunity basically. In addition, give blue allies with a maximum HP of 40,000 or more protection for 1 turn, so you can't lose debuffs. Then when you recover HP, deal misfortune damage to all enemies. Misfortune being whenever you heal, 20% of what you heal deals damage, and that goes to every enemy, so that's pretty interesting. New little effect there. I kind of dig it because I think she heals a lot. So her skill 2 heals, and then nah, it's just her skill 2. Okay, well, it's still pretty solid. The protection's okay. The beginning of battle, resistant to all allies. That's really good because it's not a blue only requirement. I can get the protection for being blue only. Like, you get that really strong buff for blue only, but you still get a pretty solid overall like buff to the team. So I really like how that's kind of built. Looking at her skill 2, we'll go and switch it over. Recovers 60% of maximum HP for self. Give self invincibility for 2 turns and gain a turn. You can't stack, obviously. Give all allies blessing and agility buff for 2 turns. So blessing, I'm pretty sure that's increased healing. Furthermore, which is pretty good because it bounces off her passive. Furthermore, during the battle, blue allies whose maximum HP is 40,000 or more, excluding yourself, will be given invincibility for 2 turns. So you're already giving yourself invincibility, so that's why it excludes yourself. But yeah, so that's pretty good. Blue allies again though, so you have to have that HP limiter. I don't know a lot of blue units with the like a solid leader skill for HP, because I'm assuming you would want that first because she's really fast. So you would probably want the 40,000 HP pretty early on in the battle because she's probably going to be using her skills first. So you definitely need to build up your HP real obviously beforehand with that leader skill. So that's pretty interesting. Her stats are pretty okay. Her attack is actually pretty solid for support. I think she's a support. I mean, Rem has always been like that kind of middle ground where support utility. So it's mainly about her kit rather than her stats. It's more about like proccing things and kind of proc chaining. If you've ever played Risk of Rain 2, you know what proc chaining is. It's basically where you proc one thing in order to proc something else with another item, and in order to proc another item, and then proc another. So it's kind of like a chain. Also, Duel Links. If you ever played Duel Links or Master Duel that just came out, you know, chaining cards together, sort of like that. She's kind of always been that unit to really chain other units together. So that's kind of what she is here. Overall, I think I want to see what the other units look like because she looks okay, but nothing crazy. Like I really like her basic, just to have her echidna. It's like the sole reason it's just echidna. It just keeps reminding me of that. The beginning of battle resistance, okay. The misfortune's pretty interesting. Like you can heal a lot, I believe, with blue team. It's been a while since I've actually just seen their skills, but I like how her passive kind of plays into her skill 2 as well. Recovers 60% of maximum HP for self. Gain turn, can't use the skill 2 times in a row. And then blessing, obviously blessing's really nice. I don't know if any other blue units use blessing. That's really nice though. If more units that come out during this event have blessing that combo with her. I expect another beach event sort of thing where we're gonna get 2 and 2, 2 for a certain color and then 2 for another color. From what I've seen, Anastasia was with her in the boss event, and we already have her art in the game. Like it's in the actual game right now in the files. Obviously all the art was in the files, but like in the actual APK or whatever that means, I don't know what it means, but Anastasia's there. So I'm assuming, it might sound weird, but I think Ram and Anastasia are going to be a duo, and then Julius and Ram are going to be a duo. That could be the case. That could be completely like make no sense because obviously Ram and Ram have always released together. But yeah, I'm interested to see the next unit that comes and you know how they kind of combine with this unit. That's usually how that goes in this type of event, so we're gonna have to wait and see. We just can't know her full potential without the other unit, because last time like Amelia and Betty have been like one of the best combinations like by far to ever release. Like Garf and Fred actually come pretty close, I think, but it's just like the synergy that they had. Like obviously they're not the best units in the game or anything, it's just the synergy they had together was just so strong. Ram and Ram were okay, but Ram kind of whatever, and then Ram was more of a general support because of her crit support and her passive. That was really strong, just for like to be a 5th on any team. So it was definitely, Red definitely took the lead, and obviously Betty being one of the best units in the game by far. She's on, you can literally fit her on any of your team. But yeah, we have to wait and see. Again, we have that free ticket, the 1 of the 4, so you should probably not summon until you get that ticket. It's going to be probably towards the end of the event. We'll have to wait and see how they do it this time around. But yeah, I would just suggest waiting. If you want to do anything, do the step ups. You know, you can never go wrong. I'm probably going to do step up for whatever character that works best with my one that I get from the free ticket. And that's probably just all I'm going to do, because they're not giving a lot of gems here. So it is what it is, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Later. Okay, I just ended the video, but I forgot to talk about her memory. So we're going to talk a little bit about the memory. This memory is the moment that she had with Subaru. We already had the other side of this with Ram's face, so I'm kind of happy that we have one with Subaru's face. I think that's a really cute moment. Right now, this is the memory. I don't know why I just said right now. The memory says Oni Demon. So obviously you have these Oni characters. HP, defense, you get 25 of each, so that's okay, pretty solid. Some other memories do that. But the main draw is Oni demons get 80% action gauge at the start of battle. Now, why I said this isn't really that crazy is because this inherently is really strong, but when you think about it, they're probably going to start doing 100% action gauge sometime in the future. So if you're solely, digging for memories for whatever reason, this probably isn't the one to go for, because again, they're probably going to do 100% action gauge in the future. I can definitely see it coming. They're definitely creeping towards more and more action gauge, and it's probably going to be 100%. Like, I'm just waiting on it. So if you want to like chase memories for whatever reason, if you have that kind of cash, yeah, I'd probably just wait until the 100%, because that's probably what they're going to end up doing. I don't know how long, because it could be, mid anniversary. It could be just like never or like the last anniversary. Like, who knows? I just know that they're probably going to build towards it, and it's probably just going to be really, really strong if you get it. So I mean, you can obviously go for it. I don't know anyone that really goes for memories in particular, unless they're like huge whales. But yeah, just to let you guys know that they're probably going to be doing that in the future, so don't stress it if you don't max out this memory. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Sorry I had messed up there for a second, and yeah, see you guys next time. Later.